What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! Alright, so I'm going to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I really just don't like the controversy of it, but nonetheless, I want to tackle this because there's a couple things that, once again, I'm always talking about being nitpicky and whatnot, and, being, I guess, I want the best for my money, is what it comes down to. So we're going to talk about air versus electric ratchets. And, we're going to look at these are what I would consider the top contenders. Now, the air ratchets, these are the best you're going to get, in my opinion. The reason why I like these is because, pretty simply, obviously I love this one, but you can switch it right there on the back without having to go up and twist it with a hand. So this is a one-handed operation tool, and it's been since kind of retired since I've gotten the 1/4-inch long neck, but nonetheless, this is the best design out there. Now, I know it's probably not going to be feasible to get a ratchet such as this made in electric, but for you guys that can't afford electric ratchets, these are definitely, they have high RPM, they're definitely worth the money. You can save yourself a few dollars and still have a very, very good ratchet. These things have a lot of RPM. They have a lot of torque. I think these are right around 35, 40 foot-pounds of torque. There's the part number on it. The AR 250 from Mac. And Matco obviously sells these. My 3/8 has never been a heavy-use tool because I'm a 1/4-inch. I use a lot of 1/4-inch, but there's the AR 776. Once again, the one-handed operation is what really, really makes these things key. This thing's got pretty good torque, too. I think this is right around 70 foot-pounds of torque, but I've never had a problem with this. And you can obviously get into a little bit of tighter situations with this, being it's a flathead air ratchet. So, I'm not saying air tools to me are not dead because this tool right here, this is why I say air tools are not dead, because this tool right here is still more innovative than any electric ratchet on the market because of this feature. It really does make it handy, faster. If you're running a bolt in, and you can, or you run bolts in and you got some taken out, you can literally zip, 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 and then flip it like that, and it's going to make you more efficient. This tool has definitely got that going for it. And price-wise, it's cheaper. Now, I'm going to touch on my feelings about some Milwaukee versus Snapon, because these things are pretty much retired now. In my opinion, I used this one for about, a year or so, and I don't mind the head width. The one thing I will say is, you look right here, this is so far down in there, I have to reach in there and pinch it and spin it, and I hate that. The paddle is kind of I don't like it as much, but it's definitely something that you get in, that you push into something, you get trapped. And, of course, Milwaukee's got a long neck version. And then, of course, the clips on the battery are not always my favorite. But then you got this guy right here, which I actually think this guy is a little bit better. It's got a little bit more RPM, but this guy is actually kind of nice still. I kind of don't mind this one, this holder Milwaukee, to be honest with you, because it's got pretty good speed, and it's got a very it's a little bit easier to run the head on it, but and it doesn't break stuff. Whereas, like this guy right here, this 3/8 Brute, this Snap-on 3/8 Brute is what it says. It is a Brute. But, once again, the trigger design on this, the extended head length, I do like this for heavier bolts, bell housing bolts, and obviously I like it because it has the magnetic base on it. You can kind of stick onto stuff. So, long and short of it is, I guess, in theory, my my thoughts on these electric tools is when you look at the evolution of the electric tool versus the air tool was already, out of all these ratchets, the most innovative tool is still this air ratchet. These air ratchets are still more innovative than these electric tools. So I still feel like electric has a long way to go to catch up to it. Not only that, You don't have to worry about a battery dying. Yes, you got a hose. I know there's a lot of pros and cons to this stuff, guys. and I completely get that. You know, we could argue this point all day, back and forth, and obviously at the end of the day, it comes up to what you prefer and what you want to spend your money on. So that's all that matters. You know, that's really all that matters. But for these young guys coming up, you know, do you really want to spend $500 for one ratchet? I mean, these ratchets right here, these two right here, almost $1,000. Now you can go to a Milwaukee and save yourself some money. I think you're probably looking at, I'm pretty sure the pair of those I got with the batteries, I think want to say right around $250 maybe, which is obviously a decent price. And the max for these, I think you can buy both of these for about $500. So they're in the middle of the road, and they're going to be very innovative. I just don't like to have guys not have options, and this is definitely what I would consider the best of the best for options. There is Makita has coming out with a new one, and you know, obviously I don't like the Mac DeWalt version. I just don't feel like it's very comparable. I don't know much about it, but honestly, when it comes to electric ratchets, these are my two go-tos now. I honestly don't even think you need a short ratchet. If you are going to go this route, you can probably do 90% of your stuff with this ratchet here. And mostly if there's a bolt too tight for a ratchet, guys, and it's just me because I'm not an abuser of tools. If there's something that is too tight and this won't come off, I will literally grab a wrench or a ratchet and break it free and then run it out with this. And half the time I will go through and hand tighten bolts after I put this in. But that's just me because I take a little bit more time and pride in what I do. And some guys just don't have the time, and they know. You get a feel for the stuff. It definitely makes a big difference. And there's a whole nother entity into this stuff. You know, using this stuff isn't what I would recommend any new guy or young guy to start with anyways. Every guy that's coming to my shop and they have no experience or they're starting off in this, you need to use a hand ratchet, really. You really need to use a hand ratchet so you can get a feel for the torque on a bolt, and then it takes a whole nother skill. And I know it's not rocket science, but it does take another skill set in order for you to get these tools into your hands and use them properly. Because you will do things like break bolts with this brute if you're using it, even the 1/4 inch. Even the fuel. This 1/4 inch fuel is no joke. It has a lot of power too. Look at it torque in my hand when I use it. So, you know, that's just one of those things, guys. Something that I've been wanting to kind of touch base on and kind of see, you know, we'll see if I get any flack back for it, but I think this is definitely a good video to actually, you know, nobody's really done a fair comparison of what I would say air versus electric, and, you know, air to me is not dead. When we get into impact stuff, I have found multiple problems where I've had issues, me personally, where guys haven't been getting lug nuts torqued down. You should always torque your lug nuts with a torque wrench. But when you use torque sticks on electric impact, I have found things like that to be an issue. We will talk about more of that later and talk about some other stuff. But for right now, that's just kind of what this main video was about here. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was something that kind of put some, you know, some thoughts into your mind about this stuff. And I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.